Good morning students. In today's video we are going to start a new chapter. Introduction to Acid and Base. Lesson number 12, Standard 8, Subject Science. So let us see what is acid and base. So students, we consume many food items in our daily life. For example, lemon, tamarind, tomato, sugar, etc. And many more items we consume in our daily life. So, do all items taste similar? No, you will notice that some substances have sweet taste, some have sour taste, or some are bitter. So, the foods like lemon, vinegar, tamarind, amla, acquire, they have a sour taste due to the presence of typical substance. So basically it means that the taste of different items are different. And the taste changes according to the type of substance by which it is made. And the substance which are present in that particular food item. So let's see what are these substances which are present in food items. So first we are going to learn about acid. So let's learn what is acid. Acid. So the lemon, tamarind, vinegar and amla. These substances acquire the sour taste due to the presence of typical compound which is present in them. Such compounds imparting sour taste are called as acids. That means acids are the substance which taste sour. So, acids are soluble in water and they are corrosive in nature. It means when we dissolve acid in water, they are easily soluble. And they are corrosive in nature. It means that the acids are extremely reactive with other compounds. Means when they are reacted with other compounds, the acids will form salts, and due to this, they destroy the original compound. They can damage our skin also. So, basically, acids are highly reactive in nature. So, different plants and different animals contains acids also. Like in fruits, for example, oranges and lemon contains acid. And plants also contain some kind of acids. Animals also consist of amino acids in themselves. So, different plants and animals contain different acids in them. Now we will see natural acids. So, what are natural acids? So, the acids which are present in foodstuffs are called as natural acids. And they are also called as carbonic acids. As these acids are weak in nature, they are also called as weak acids. So, natural acids are weak acids. Now we have is mineral acids. Mineral acids are the lab-made acids. That means the production of mineral acid takes place in the laboratory. So, they are caustic or inflammatory. Means they can burn the skin or the eyes when we are in direct contact with these acids. It means that they are very harmful for our skin and us. For example, sulfuric acid, H2SO4, HCl, hydrochloric acid, and HNO3, nitric acid. And these are very strong acids. These are highly reactive acids. And these are very dangerous to our skin also. Skin gets burnt when the concentrated solution of these acids falls on our skin. Similarly, if their vapors inhaled, they are harmful. They are harmful to our health, and concentrated acids are converted into dilute acids by adding small amount of water in it. And such dilute acids are less harmful than their corresponding concentrated acids. It means that the concentrated acids which are highly reactive, they should be changed into the dilute acids. And how dilute acids are prepared? When we add some amount of distilled water in the concentrated acid, the solution becomes dilute. And these dilute acids are little bit less harmful than the concentrated acids. Now we shall learn about base. So what is base? If you taste dilute amount of baking soda, that is NaHCO3, and you will find the taste as astringent and bitter. The taste of this is very strong and raw type. It's kind of bitter taste, dilute solution of baking soda. The substance which have astringent or bitter taste and slippery to touch, for example lime water, means calcium hydroxide, caustic soda, that is NaHCO3, and soap are called as bases. That means the substances which contains bitter-like taste are called as base, and these are very slippery to touch. Bases are completely different from acids, and chemically the properties of acids are exactly opposite to the bases, and they are also inflammatory to our skin in their concentrated form. Now we know that distilled water is tasteless, but before that, what is distilled water? So distilled water can be prepared by heating the water at the point till all the vapors of water get converted into the steam. When the steam or the vapors condensed or cools down, it becomes distilled water. So when the vapors comes back again to the liquid form, that water is known as distilled water. And this distilled water is free from all the chemicals and all the impurities and contaminants like bacteria, viruses. So this is how distilled water is prepared. And the taste of the distilled water is tasteless. And this water is neither acidic nor basic. So distilled water is mainly used in the laboratory. Now, after learning about acid and base, we are going to see the next topic, that is indicators. So let's see what are the indicators. The substances which change their colors in presence of acid or base are called as indicators. And the substances which are neither acidic nor basic and chemically inert in nature and touching or tasting of acid and base is very harmful, and hence because of that typical indicators are used to recognize them. If we touch or taste the compounds to detect whether it is acids or base, so it is very harmful. So for that we use indicators. So basically we are using indicators to detect whether the given substance is acidic or basic in nature. Now we learn about the laboratory indicators. So let's learn one by one. Litmus paper. So in the laboratory, litmus paper is mainly used to test whether the particular substance is acid or base. These papers are made from the extract of lichen plant. It is red or blue colored. So you can see in the picture also, it's blue or red color, and it is also available in the neutral strips. So blue litmus paper turns red when dipped in the acidic solution. Means when the solution is acidic, what happens to the litmus paper? It turns into red color. And the red litmus paper turns blue when it is dipped in alkaline solution. Alkaline means basic. So when red litmus paper is dipped, it turns blue when the solution is basic. So this is how the litmus paper is used to detect whether the particular compound, particular solution is acidic or basic. Next laboratory indicator is methyl orange. So this is another kind of indicator. When we use methyl orange, a few drops of methyl orange, and in the acid, the solution becomes pink or orangish in color. And when we put few drops of methyl orange in the basic solution, that is alkali, the solution becomes yellow in color. You can see in the picture also. Next indicator we have is phenolphthalein. So again, this indicator is also used to detect whether the particular solution is acidic or basic. So when the phenolphthalein drops are added to the acidic solution, the solution becomes colorless. That means if the solution is colorless, it is acidic. And when the drops of phenolphthalein is added into base, that is alkali, the solution becomes pink in color. So it indicates that the solution is basic in nature. Next indicator is methyl red. The color of this indicator is red. When this indicator is added to the acidic solution, it becomes red. You can see there are two test tubes. One is red and second one is yellow. And when the solution turns yellow in color after adding methyl red, it means that the solution is basic in nature. That means alkaline in nature. So this is how we use laboratory indicators to detect whether the particular